to my channel. Today I'm making another story time, also a year ago, from where I went on a vacation with my parents for Spain. We did a road trip by car from Denmark, and we drove through Germany, where we also stopped by and spent a night, and then we drove through France and we ended in Spain. So we were packing our stuff and making ourselves ready to go. Then we would drive around different places because I have some animals, and those animals had to go to different caretakers where they would spend their time while we were on vacation. So we drove around with those pets and delivered them to the caretakers. The day where the vacation started, we started it out by driving to it's kind of a grocery shop. It's kind of like an all-in-one thingy. It's in Kolding Storcenter. It's a shopping mall, and then there's this one place called Bilka. And in Bilka there is, it's a grocery store, but you can also buy a lot of other things in there, like things for animals or children or gardening stuff or TVs, like all kind of stuff. And then at the end of the shop there's actually also a cafe corner where you can dine and drink, and we got it there to like eat a breakfast buffet before we would go out. Oh yeah, Bilka also has this bakery, but that's in front of the store, but it's still a part of Bilka. But yeah, after we finished our breakfast, we started out the journey. So we crossed the Danish-German border within a few hours. It's not far away from where I live. I live in Kolding in Denmark, so it's okay close to the German border. So we were driving through Germany, and on the way through Germany we would make some stops. We would go on some restaurants or cafes or whatever we would find on the way to eat some food and to use the bathroom. By the way, if you are a traveler that goes through Germany, you should know that it costs money to use the bathrooms. It's not much. I don't remember how much, but it's a penny or something like that, like a few pennies. I don't know. It's not much. But yeah. So you should be prepared to have some pennies with you if you're gonna use the bathroom, like in places, like it's a little hard to tell, like McDonald's for example. I went to a McDonald's and their bathroom costs money, and there was like this kind of little mini mall, you can call it maybe. There was like 4 restaurants in the same building, so I guess you can call that a mini mall. There would also be toilets in the basement, and they would also cost money. Like places like that, it costs money almost always. But sometimes when you drive, then on the way you see those little spots you can pull into from the road you're driving at, and there will be like these kind of, I don't know how you call it, like it looks like containers, you know, toilet containers, toilet boxes, where you can use the facilities for free. But it's like, yeah, so I guess it depends on where you want to use it. But I usually try to find those free places because I rather spend my money on something else than toilet visits. But yeah, so we came to the city in Germany that's called Köln. Köln is the German name for the city. Internationally, it's known as Cologne. But yeah, we ended at Köln, 7 hours away from my city, Cologne, where we started out. It's actually the 4th biggest city in Germany, so it's pretty big and full of life. And there lives 1 million people. Köln is 405 kilometers. It's actually also known to be the most open-minded city in Germany. If you go there to spend your holiday, you wouldn't have to worry about transport. If you would like to go by flight, then you wouldn't have to worry about the transport from the flight to Köln because they have their own airport. It is on average 11 degrees, which makes it the hottest city in Germany. But of course, in the winter it's less than 11 degrees, and at summer it's a lot more. So Germany is a country where it can snow at winter, so it's pretty much below 11. But yeah, on average 11 degrees, and it makes it the hottest city in Germany. It says that it's protected from the wind that's coming from west, so that might be one of the reasons why it's warmer there than other cities in Germany. But yeah, so we decided to stay the night there in Köln at a 3-star hotel called Smarty, Cologne City Center. And yeah, so Smarty hotels in Cologne there are a few of them, but I stayed at the one called City Center. There were a very few parking spots when we came there, and they were pretty much all booked up. I would say there is probably only like parking space for the workers or something like that. So we would have to drive around and find a place to park our car. There was this parking basement, and we parked our car there throughout the night. It would cost some money, so yeah, you would have to calculate that into the expenses of sleeping there. Like, you might find a free parking spot somewhere in the city, but we drove around, we couldn't find anything, and we found this parking basement, and we just decided to stay our car there. It was okay, close to the hotel, so we just walked back. It wasn't so long, and we got inside. Like, basic information about the hotel. Yeah, I told you it's a 3-star hotel. There are pets allowed, so you can bring your pet with you. There is also an elevator, so you don't have to use the stairs if you don't like stairs, or if you can't really use stairs. And there is a game room. There is free Wi-Fi on the hotel. It did not work pretty good, I must say. It was very, very slow. It took me a long time to get into the stuff I wanted to at the internet. But on the website, it actually says that they have a high-speed Wi-Fi net, so it should be very good and very quick. So I don't know, maybe it was just the internet that day, or maybe they have changed it since. But yeah, it says it should be pretty good and fast internet, so I guess that's how it is usually. When we were inside our room and we looked outside the window, there would be one of the neighbors to the hotel. They would actually have a plastic horse standing out on their balcony. And at first I just looked and went, what? Is there a horse? But then I saw it was made of plastic. It was so funny. Like, I don't know, it was just a funny sight. I looked outside and there was just this horse standing. I thought it was a real horse at first because it looked so, and it was the same size as a real horse. Beside that horse, it would just be a street view. So you would just see the street and some houses and people walking through. So that was pretty okay. There was one bunk bed. Like, we were 3 people, so we needed a 3 persons room, but we got a 4-person's room actually. So there was like this bunk bed, and then there was 2 single beds. The single beds were a little unstable, but beside that they were very nice to sleep in. There was a TV in the room, and there was a nightstand with a chair, so you could also sit there and write something if you wanted to do that, or sit there and watch something on your computer or whatever you would like to use it for. They had a lock in the bathroom door, which is lovely because it's so often that there is no lock in the toilet door at hotel rooms, and that's a little sad because I don't know, I just like to have my privacy in my bathroom. Like, try to imagine if you get up at night and you go to the toilet, and then another person in the room gets up and they also want to go to the bathroom, and they just open up, and like everybody's quiet at night, so you can't really hear it that somebody's coming. Or like at day you could also just say, hey guys, I'm going to the bathroom now, but at night you can't do that. So I don't really like the principle of no lock in the bathroom door. So yeah, that's super nice that they have a lock. It is. Beside that, there were towels for all, besides the towels that you dry your hands in. There would also be soap and shampoo and body wash. If you wanted to use a hairdryer and you don't have your own, you could also borrow it for free down in the reception. Also, you could borrow an umbrella if you're going out and it's raining. That would cost a depositum. There is free cancelling. So if you get sick, you can cancel the vacation for free without having to lose money. There is also a guest kitchen and a guest room and a chill room, so you could be in there and like maybe do some work if you would like to work in a quiet environment. And then there is a washing machine and a dryer. Also there is a bicycle parking, so if you're out there with your bike, you can park it. It's actually also a possibility to be there for like a long time stay. They have some offers for people that would like to stay there for some time. Then you don't pay like per night, but per month. I would say that I would give the hotel 3 stars. I think that matches it pretty well. They have 3 stars in real life also, so I think that's a pretty good number they have that suits them good. After we woke up the next day, we would like to spend a few hours in Köln before we would drive further. We went out to a bakery where we would buy some breakfast, and we went to a gas station to get some gas on, where there would actually come some workers and wash our car for free, just like an extra service, because that we were taking gas at their station. So that was very nice, I think, very friendly. We would go to a second-handed shop as well to look at some stuff, and we found some nice things. So it was very cozy, and beside that we would just walk around and look at the city and enjoy, because I think it was a very nice city. I love big cities, I love the city life, and that was a city I would say it's a pretty nice place, and I would love to spend some time there. It was time to hit the road again to France, and we don't quite remember where it was, but it was not a long time after we drove out of Köln. It was like, I don't know, it wasn't like a long time after. It could have been still Germany, it could have been just over the French border, but there was like this moment where we were driving at a highway and we would actually see skies around us. So we would be at the same height as skies. We would be like driving up in the mountains and we would see skies around us. Like, that was so cool. We crossed the German-French border, and actually we didn't really make many stops in France. We only made one stop, a real stop. We went to like this we went to like this gas station where we would take some gas, and we would go inside to the little, like there was a little shop and a little bakery. So yeah, we would buy some things to eat in the car. Then we would have to hurry our way until the next border, which was the French-Spanish border, and that was because we already had a hotel booked in Spain that we would spend the next night at.